You know, I think about it sometimes, like, monsters in Naruto, or like beasts, and or like man-made constructions or shit like that, they follow a bit of like a weird pattern, don't they? Like, i.e., if you've seen the second movie, there was the Zero Tails in that movie, which was odd. And then you think of Kisame, who has been likened to a tail beast with no tails. I just think about it, I'm just like, huh, yeah, like non-human villains or like enemies in the series have all been like a weird mixed trajectory, don't they? Where they're kind of monster-ish, but like they have like really weird design philosophies. I bring that up because the Black Shadow itself is more and less than what I expected. It's super bizarre. Anyway, completely overshot that. Oopsie. Yeah, you can course correct while you're doing Shadow Blur very well. So, oopsie. But yeah, now at the oh, that's right. Look at this. We're doing the giant Rasengan now because two clones. Oh, by the way, when we get to it eventually, okay, this is gonna be really fucking funny because it was actually not even. I don't think this was dubbed yet. Now I think about it. I think this game was dubbed first before they did it in the anime. They don't call it Giant Rasengan in this game. They call it Grand Rasengan. And I'm thinking to myself, huh, that's a sort of similar translation to Itachi's Fireball when he used it against Kakashi and Naruto. So I've been thinking to myself, huh, I wonder if that translation for Grand Fireball was supposed to be Giant Fireball or if Grand Fireball was intended. I don't know, I'm just thinking about that. Like, I just been finding it interesting how it's not in gameplay either. It's only in, well, it's not in cutscenes. What am I talking about? It's not even used in story. It's actually used straight up in combat for his regular ultimate. We'll get to it when we get to Shippuden. Actually, it's coming up pretty goddamn fast, if I'm being honest here. I just thought it could be kind of interesting. I don't know. Early translations for things in hindsight are kind of interesting. Chief, for one of the big actual examples for me, funny enough, is Minato. Partly because of Ultimate Ninja 3. Completely silenced, treated more as like a ghost than an actual character, but yeah, he still was there, so that's kind of cool. Just no voice whatsoever. I don't know, I find shit like that to be kind of interesting. Anyway, overcompensated, damn. Fuck, I had things I was going to talk about. You know what, hang on. Oh, you know what? I was saving this talking point for when we actually go through this dungeon going back to Aoi. So you know what? Now it's a perfect time to talk about that. Also, by the way, one other thing, your health does not regenerate between fights. Keep an eye on that and see if you can walk into fights generally stockpiled with some healing items. In fact, do I have healing items? Some. I should probably stocked up a little bit more actually for the Black Shadow boss fight, now that I think about it. But anyway, so I have been reading Boruto. That is like the big thing that's been happening between me doing Storm 2 in this game. So first of all, I did that more as like, what actually started me on that anyway? Because it was something that came up that I was interested in, that I got back into Boruto for. I think part of it was to see if like the art style got better from the launch. And to my surprise, not only did the art style for Boruto get significantly better, but Boruto itself, I mean this with no exaggeration or hint of exaggeration, eclipses almost all of the story that Shippuden has ever done in terms of quality. You might hear that and think I'm being insane or I'm exaggerating the hell and back. No, I'm really not. Most of the new characters introduced in Boruto, from what I've experienced so far, have been some of the strongest characters introduced into this franchise, bar none. Kawaki is my boy. I love that kid so much. And it's beautiful too because like Boruto goes through the paces of character growth supremely fucking quickly. Kawaki is like Sasuke, but actually given like the proper like character growth he's meant to have. Like, okay, Sasuke, now that I've gone through the series proper, Sasuke I can fully see was literally meant to be essentially the Naruto version of Guts from Berserk. Like completely and utterly, I can see that fully now. Just with a lot of coolness factor thrown in because, I don't know, either sex appeal or pandering. I have no idea which one. Anyway. Oops. That was funny. But no, like Kawaki actually does hold on to the Guts philosophy where he does grow as a character. It is not a shitlord. And then Kishimoto came back on during the fight with Ishiki, and that quickly 180'd. Oh boy. I'm gonna especially refer you to one instance in the manga that really, it got to me, man. It actually did get to me super hard, like, no word of a lie. It's one of the most powerful moments I've ever read in the Naruto franchise, period. It's actually that good. Like, we're talking up there with Pain and Zabuza. It's that impactful. So, Kawaki is first taken into the Hidden Leaf Village and is told about general ninjutsu and like what they can do, right? Because he's not a ninja. He was a Ishiki vessel that was being groomed, literally groomed. That's not a Discord reference, like literally was, to be the vessel, and had no idea what ninjutsu really was. And so they're showing him like various things that ninja could do, and they get to shadow clone jutsu, or just general clone jutsu, or something like that. Kawaki remarks that would it be super convenient to beat yourself up in frustration using shadow clones? Naruto just blank-faced responds with, "You won't feel better. Believe me, I tried." And I'm just like, that is the single best characterization for Naruto we've had in fucking decades, dude. Holy fuck. Like, I don't think I'm alone in that. Like, I've told about that to, I've gushed about that to like Alex. I've told it to Tahu. I'm just like, Jesus, that is so impactful. Holy fuck. And on top of that, like, the writing just across the board was so supremely nice and subtle for Boruto as well. Like, it did, the guy who was doing the, okay, so there was a guy who was doing the art and a guy who was doing the general writing. The guy who was doing the writing never treated the audience like a fucking dipshit. Like, there was good pacing, and Boruto was allowed to go through the paces a lot quicker as the development went. Like, straight up, I love Boruto so much more as a protagonist than Naruto. Like, Naruto himself, I find myself I'm more ambivalent to these days. Like, he's got his good moments, but the good moments are so often overwritten by the bad moments of just, you know, the war arc and early Shippuden and, you know, all that crap.
All right, I'll be right there, Aoi.
And then Boruto, like, I can't think of a time that I disliked Boruto being on screen. Like, he's actually a really good kid. Kawaki's great. If nothing else, like, I think the character is, I explained a little bit of this in my Naruto waifu countdown, funny enough. But it's just like, huh, yeah, there is so much better characterization going on for these new characters. Like, even Chocho is pretty cool. Sarada is like the best thing that's ever happened to Sakura's character, period. Even Sakura herself is way better written in Boruto than Naruto ever did her. Like, how the fuck did that jump curse somehow have a reverse effect on Sakura, where being a mom actually made her way better? Sakura's character just that bad that we, like, I don't know, reached stack overflow or stack underflow, and she went from being like 0 character to 255 character. Is that what's going on? I don't know. I'm kind of just spieling right now, but yeah, it's like, seriously, if you're a Naruto fan and you've not read Boruto, read Boruto until the fight with Ishiki and, oh god. So, a little backstory about that. By the way, this room is dark, but it's generally well lit with the paths to go on, so, you know, whatever. So, Kishimoto, according to Alex, and I can fully believe this, I haven't cross-referenced it yet, but looking at connecting the dots, I can definitely see it. Boruto wasn't selling well under the new direction, so Kishimoto was hired to be brought back on by Jump themselves in order to bring some life back into Naruto, right? Or into Boruto, right? Because he's the one who did the big cash money thing, so surely he will be a better writer, right? Right? Because we've never had problems with this with other creators in the past, right? You know, like George Lucas, or what the fuck was her name? Or the insane woman who wrote, you know, Harry Potter. We never had. What's that? Tweets about trans women? Never heard of them in my life. But no, Kishimoto came back on, and I could pinpoint the exact moment that I knew Kishimoto was a writer again, because he starts retconning so many things about the plot. Like, actually a lot of things. Like, ambiguousness in order to bring doubt into it and then bring it into another direction. Rewriting aspects about how, you know, karma works. Karma was such a fucking cool power-up. And it had the consequences that using the nine-tailed fox once did. But then it's like, nah, we can have karma without the, you know, Otsutsuki inside of it. And it's totally risk-free, whatever. I'm just like, are you fucking... Okay, sure. Alright. Right. Kishimoto's definitely writing this again. I can tell that for a fact. A problem with Kishimoto is that I can actively tell he's probably lost passion for the series he wrote so long ago because it took off. Probably because also he's tried like running 10 other manga, they all failed. Seven Samurai, I will just leave you with that because that bombed. It was canceled out of the gate pretty fucking fast by even Jump themselves. The legendary man who wrote, you know, Naruto, so many failed projects, and only Naruto got lucky and blew up. I'm gonna say the credit probably goes to the world building. It is probably a right place at the right time kind of thing. But it's also like Sword Online, being honest here. But just like, yeah, it's kind of rough, buddy. Shit. I feel bad for one-hit wonders. I truly do, because you write something and you don't really want to be known for it anymore. So like you try to do other things, but then nothing else takes off. So you're kind of stuck doing that one thing to pay the bills. You know what I mean? And it bites. I didn't know you can come at this path. Holy shit. Okay. I didn't know you could do that. Hang on. So what are you actually supposed to do? By the way, who's leaving these signs here? This is a serious question. Who's leaving the signs here? Yeah, Shadow Blower is meant to fast jump up those walls like that, but you don't need to at all, really. You can just, well, I mean, yeah, you kind of need to for instances, but Shadow Blower is so much better as a wave dash than, you know, an actual wall jump method. 1040, really specific. But also, it's just like, especially with the Otsutsukis, that I can tell that Kishimoto really wants to be more of like a sci-fi writer, because he tried writing plenty of sci-fi before. Like, it seems like he kind of gave up straight up on ninja stuff like a long time ago. If you want, especially, probably I should warn about mild spoilers for Boruto, but I don't think anyone really cares if you're watching this. I imagine no one here is like really behind in Boruto and you're probably caught up. Worst case scenario, you're probably like catching up and you'll probably be caught up by the time you watch this. Best case scenario, you're probably caught up already or you don't care. So I'll just say this straight up. Right, so the Otsutsukis that were brought in because, of course. So, A, canon that they are actual aliens and are not from the moon. Fuck. B, they are head parasites and essentially infect other people in order to kind of quote-unquote reproduce. Weird. C, their actual lifeline is by going around to different planets, infecting them with tentails, and using the tentails to suck up the chakra of the world, which undermines what Kaguya was, because Kaguya was apparently originally the source of all chakra in the world. Oops. That's not me misremembering. That was verbatim the origin of chakra in the world, and Hagoromo brought that up explicitly. So, oops. I've only been consuming this series for more than half my life. What the fuck are you talking about? So, that's a thing. And D, the ultimate end game of the Otsutsukis is to go from planet to planet, absorbing the knowledge of the chakra of planets, which brings with it the knowledge of the people there, and to literally, I'm not making this up, become an omnipotent god. So we have alien gods now in Boruto and in the Naruto universe by extent. God, you know, I keep mentioning, like, it's a bit of a meme now, obviously. Like, I remember when the show is about ninjas. You don't understand. It doesn't stop merely with, like, Naruto just bombing the shit out of, like, a town or something. Or, like, comparing, like, if a ninja is, like, country level destruction or plant level destruction or whatever stupid bullshit you want to try weaving YouTube videos into today. No. This series has become about celestial entities that become gods, deities. If you think I'm making that up, you know what? Hang on. I don't need to edit this in. I'm gonna actually go fucking find this. Hang on. Okay, here we go. I had to dig for just a little bit, but it's on my Twitter. So, this is Ishiki talking to Code down here. Okay, then go forth and devour planet after planet across space. Keep evolving until you become a peerless, unique existence, a god. Anyone else remember when the series was about this? You know this ninjas. You know the human condition. I'm not kidding. This. Well, I don't get it. I don't comprehend how we got from this to this. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This isn't subtle either. This is actually spelled out. Like, I don't have the prior page, but this is like, yeah, this devouring planet to planet through the whole chakra process. This is what Kage was gonna become if she went to other planets and infected more people. Jesus Christ. I wanted to stop. Okay, when does it stop being funny and going back to sad, and then stop being sad and going back to funny? Like, you know, the worst flick in the nuts is that, again, Boruto started amazingly, and then Kishimoto took back over. So not only did Ishiki survive the final battle, and he went to Code, even though Code has a defective karma, and that's a thing, and so now he can't infect Code if he gets a defective karma. But nah, just that's the end game. Become a god of infinite knowledge and wisdom after devouring X amount of planets. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Shippuden now. Like, I never thought in my wildest dreams I would miss Shippuden, but then Kishimoto took back over. I was like, ah, yes, this is what I needed in my life. The ninja show being about alien gods and turning into Bloodborne. That's really what it is when you get down to it, isn't it? It just becomes Bloodborne. Like, HP Lovecraft level, like, deities with omnipotent knowledge and shit, and forms you can't even perceive of. That's fun. That I enjoy it so much. Ah, yes. This is what my ninja show needed. Again, it's pretty obvious that Kishi stopped giving a shit about writing, you know, kind of like more traditional Japanese settings a long time ago, and has been wanting to do sci-fi. And again, I feel bad for him, because I don't blame Kishimoto for writing this stuff. I should, but I feel I pin the blame more on Jump for forcing the hand of getting more Boruto out there. The greedy motherfuckers. Because, yes, I'm just going to make more, even though this shit does not need more. Logical progression, am I right? Anyway, I'm gonna drop that now. Boruto started fucking amazingly. I was having the time of my life, and then Kishi came back, and yeah, I mean, it's been on a trajectory anyway, because as long as the Otsutsuki were present, like, it's clear they were aliens for a while, but at some point, they not only became aliens, but alien parasites who can resurrect themselves through karma. So it's like, not a fan of that, but whatever, it's fine, I'll deal with it. The precedent has already been set with Kaguya anyway. I need to let it go. I need to drop the point at somewhere, but I need the audience to understand just how far south the series really did go. It's impressive in a way. Anyway. Makes me wonder how, like, I appreciate Jump Force more now for having Boruto and Naruto in the same room together and not bringing up aliens well, Kaguya is there, but I think that was still acknowledging her more as like an actual moon goddess. Preferable. Anyway, fuck, what's even talk about? How do I transition out of that? Like, what kind of conversation thread do I bring out of that one? Well, still pursuing still pursuing Aoi. Level design is not gonna get too much more complicated. Actually, I went through the entirety of that, I did get a piece of memory, right? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I haven't been outpiling that hard. I have been actually picking up the fragments of memory as I've been going through here. By the way, these dead ends you see, there's gonna be a reason to come back here. We will be coming back through here later. Probably to pick up the new collectibles that the game drops on your head because, yeah, go figure. Also, you're probably noticing by now with our level ups that I actually was gonna mention that shit. So after level 5, you can keep progressing your levels, but the problem is the XP value needed to progress jumps drastically from level 5 to level 6, and it holds like that. 463, not terrible, but that's not because I've already done quite a few combat encounters. But you're also not going to get any new abilities either, like you can't activate Karama Chakra at all, as in just Tail Beast mode, obviously. Nothing like that, so you're kind of relegated to just this for the rest of the game. Great, it's not necessarily the most linear thing in the world, but hey, it's probably could have done a little bit more to diversify the combat a little bit. Well, I mean, if you're working strictly with, you know, debut Shippuden, there's not a lot to really latch onto. I mean, you probably remember from Clash Ninja Revolution 3, there's not a lot to hold on to when you debut like a show and you're working with just the content of that one confined area. Because then it's like, you got time to pad. I mean, they didn't even pad that hard in Revolution 3 either, it's just that short. Oh yeah, should mention thing I've been weighing. So I'm probably gonna shut down my Patreon at some point. I've been meaning to record a video actually going over why I'm doing that. If I can mind to do it after this actually. But not since it's because I'm moving out. Patreon hasn't been really panning out. I'm focusing more on Twitch to get side money anyway, as well as just a good way to just practice shit for YouTube in general and play stuff I want to. So you know that's fun. A special memory piece. God damn it! I did it again. I missed the same dialogue box when I got before too. There's no distinction. Fuck. Anyway, I was saying something. Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking about, since I made the $25 milestone redoing Clash Ninja Revolution 1 through 3. If I'm just gonna be turning Patreon into like a low bar tip jar, I don't know. I might look into redoing it myself anyway. Here I am. Again, really makes you wonder how Aoi is making her way through this dungeon anyway when Naruto has to be this strong to even make it through.
Oh, it's you again. But how do you know my name?
We've been through a lot of dialogue trees. I've been playing too much Mass Effect.
I know more than that. I found out all about you.
Like what?
You looked into Black Shadow and the Tree of Life to save your mother.
Hopefully Naruto's not about to just drop the plan right here and now, and Black Shadow hears everything.
I also found out that you volunteered to be the latest sacrifice. I heard a lot of stuff from a lot of people, and it finally all made sense.
Yeah, Naruto, hopefully you're not just spilling the beans and Black Shadow overhears this and acts on it. That would be bad. Compromise the whole plan, put her in more danger.
But to save your mother. Your mom. She was so worried about you.
Again, Aoi, you should... Fuck. I know I keep harping on this, but it's the Sasuke problem all over again. Please convey your ideas.
She kept asking me to save you. She cares about you so much. I thought I told you not to do anything too crazy.
But no, I'm just gonna let myself be eaten by a fucking demon and try to extract leaves from within. Weird. And here it comes.
What do you expect me to do? I don't want my mom to die. I didn't know what else to do.
My point here still stands.
She was totally fine up until recently, always smiling and laughing. Then this sickness comes and tries to take her away from me. You expect me to just sit and watch as she slowly leaves me? Because I can't do that.
I understand your concern, but offing yourself so that there's zero family left is probably the least good idea there is.
I already lost my father. I don't want to lose my mother too.
Aoi.
I love her. I love her with all my heart.
At least now we have an actual character behind Aoi instead of just being grumpy and quiet.
Forever. I want to be by her. That's why.
knows exactly how you feel.
Well, 2 people do.
You don't have to sacrifice yourself for this.
And when I first saw this, I thought she was like about to faint or something.